Friends, we have a last class completed grammar portions, and this is the time we are going to start plus 2 English. So by the time, please try to possess your English, what do we call it, as a textbook, because textbook compared to the first year, that means plus 1 English text, when it is compared to second year English textbook, is very interesting and easily grabbing lessons and portions, units are given. So this class I am just giving you a kind of introduction. Okay, a kind of introduction I am going to give you about this one. And Flights of Freedom is really the first unit. Okay, first unit. And a unit has 4 constituents, 4 lessons are included in the Flights of Freedom. Okay. And almost all these things, for example, Reals of Women Empowerment by Christine Lagarde, it's a speech. That is the first segment of the first unit. The first segment of the first unit. First segment of the first unit. Okay, that is what I am just trying to say. So, almost the first unit, the Flights of Freedom, is mainly concentrating on the liberation and what do we call it as emancipation, freedom of women, how to empower the women's society. Okay, so compared to almost all the things, what we are just trying to do is really very important segments of the unit, the Flights of Freedom. Okay, so I hope that the students should start with the textbook. When you watch this with the textbook only, it will be very useful for you to learn about the unit Flights of Freedom. Learn about the units of Flights of Freedom. So here, my dear students, you must try to imbibe, or we should have a social authorization, authenticity, a commitment in order to give a room or opportunities for empowering women. Room or opportunities for empowering women. Okay, and also in the beginning section, we will be having some important women all over the world. Okay, all over the world we have many examples, a bunch of women examples who have acquired, what do we call it, who have acquired freedom. That is what we are trying. So, Flights of Freedom. Let us see what is the meaning of flights. Flights here means just to fly high. Fly up of the society or world. That is flight. What freedom? Freedom, we must know that. What is actually we say that? We should be free. We should be free to talk whatever our ideas. We should be free to do our activities which are acceptable in the society. Okay, that is what here we are. We talk about freedom. So, the Flights of Freedom, there is a quotation. The first page, there is a quotation. There is a quotation first given. Some more when we down, please. So Charlotte Blount, I am no bird and no net ensnares me. Very good. Charlotte Brown words. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. No trap is around me. I am a free human being. That is one. So I am a bird. No net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. That is mainly talking about the personal liberty of freedom. So the unit is mainly talking about there is an increasing realization and recognition that empowering women is an urgent need of the hour. So each and every hour we should have empower the women. That is the need of the hour. In most countries, including, let us see, almost all in most countries, including India, social reformers, there are so many they wanted to improve the society by avoiding all the social reformers and leaders have been doing a lot towards empowering women. There are so many, for example, when we think about Kerala's situation, there is Kudumbashree. Kudumbashree is, of course, an organization for empowering women. Still, we have miles to go. Again, we have to travel a lot in order to attain the liberation and empowerment of women. This unit tells us how education plays a very important role in empowering women. Then determination, almost all the women should have a strong decision or determination, and they should be courageous. So their courage should be there for helping women break in the shackles, boundaries, hindrances of socio-cultural taboos. There are so many problems, social problems, cultural problems, taboos are there, burdens and hindrances. So that should be avoided in order to empower and liberate women. The unit comprises a speech, 3 L's of empowerment by Christine Lagarde. That is the first we are going to. Then we have actually, she is the first woman finance minister, Christine Lagarde, of France, not India. She is actually the first woman finance minister of France. Then we will study a poem by any woman by Catherine China. Then comes a story, Matchbox by Asha Purna Devi, and an anecdote. Anecdote means actually an event that happened in the life of the writer Sudhamurti. That is called Horigal. These are actually the 4 segments of the first unit, Flights of Freedom. So we are going to learn about 3 L's of empowerment. 3 L's of empowerment. 3 L's of empowerment. It's a speech, please try to do it. 3 L's of empowerment. Okay. So before starting the unit, let us begin section is there. Let us begin. You see, there is a collage, means a mixture of pictures. Identify the personalities and the fields they are related to. So what are the fields they are related to? And what are these women famous for? Okay, so let us look at the picture once, one by one. This is Smita Patel. Smita Patel, actually, when we think about that character, the face of new Indian cinema, the face of new Indian cinema, that is Smita Patel, very famous in the field of film industry. Then Helen Powden. Helen Powden is actually the director of British Broadcasting News Group, BBC News, Helen Bowden. Helen Bowden is the next one. We will think about people thought that Mary Chang Chong Com will never win a medal again after I took the break to have a baby. I want to prove them wrong. Challenges for me. Actually, wrestling field sports. And J.K. Rowling, students might have read her very famous novelist. Her novels are very famous and fast-selling novels. So wherever I am, if I have got a book with me, I have a place. I can go and be happy. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, very famous, best-selling author, that's all. Now let us do think and discuss. Okay. Have you ever thought about the various roles taken by women in their homes and outside? We know women in almost all the household are performing various kinds of jobs or duties or works. We can think about such activities done by women, especially in their homes and outside. Okay, then what are the challenges faced by women today? So we have recently come to know in televisions and newspapers, so many women, especially married women, were facing domestic violence due to dowry problems. Okay, so these are the challenges. And educating women, 100% success is not at all faced by. Okay, actually they are suppressed. And are women equipped to meet those challenges? Are they? Of course. Do they get opportunities to face these challenges in future? We cannot. Their condition. Of course, even some areas women are excelling very well. But even the majority of the women community actually facing a lot of problems, challenges, hindrances. So that is why we are going for analyzing. Okay, what challenges faced by. So we are going for 3 years of empowerment by Christine Lagarde. That is all. So let us see Christine Lagarde. Okay, the finance minister, first woman finance minister of France. That is why now let's go for analyzing Christine Lagarde about the author. So I think my students should watch it with the textbook. Then only class will be very interesting. Okay. Christine Lagarde, born in Paris. Paris is the capital of France. New Delhi is the capital of India. So actually she is the first woman finance minister from France. And she was born in the capital city of France, that is Paris, on 1st January 1956. Is the first woman to become the finance minister of G8 summit economy and to head the International Monetary Fund. Okay, she was heading the IMF, International Monetary Fund. She calls for opening the doors to women's learning. Of course, she is creating globally opportunities for the education of women and learning, labor. Even if they are educated, there should be job opportunities for women and leadership. So they should be given opportunities for guiding and leading the society in the economic field. This speech was delivered. I told you this is a speech. 3 years of empowerment by Christine Lagarde is a speech was delivered at the National Democratic Institute, NDI, National Democratic Institute, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, 19th May 2014. That is all. And just behind, if you have a textbook, behind there is a glossary. Glossary means a certain difficult words. I will just going to explain. Kindred spirits, when you read the speech, you words, there are glossary difficult words. The first one is spirits. What is a kindred spirit means? People who think alike. Actually, people who think alike, same thought to people. Then concerted. Concerted means done in combination. Concerted means done in combination. That means do it together. Shackle. Shackle means hindrances, bondage, blocks, some problems. That is all shackles. What is exclusion? Exclusion really means not allowing someone to take part in an activity. Excluding. That means inclusion, exclusion, opposite. Exclusion means sending them away. No, we separating them. Seclude, exclusion. Adage. Adage means a wise, a quotation, a wise saying. Okay, all that glitters is not gold. All that glitters is not gold is an adage. Okay, that is what we call it. Wise say. That facilitate. Facilitate means to enable, make everything very possible. Credit. Credit here means loans or funds. Then innate. Innate means inborn, ജന്മനാ കിട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള, that inborn talent, innate talents, inborn talent. Then consensus. Okay, we are talking about a consensus. Consensus here means agreement. Then what is inclusion? Inclusion is an act of making a person part of a group. Including, excluding, including. Then sustainability, ability to continue and sustain in a world, in the world for a period of time. That is sustainability. Then comfort zones. Comfort zones means a place we feel very comfortable and safe. Comfort zones. Impediment. Impediment is also just like what do we call it as shackles, bondage. Impediment, barrier, hindrances, problems. Okay. So these are the important words we come across. Now we go for Christine Lagarde's 3 years of empowerment. Read and reflect. Emancipation and empowerment of women is a prime importance. You see, emancipation and the empowerment of women is of prime importance, very important in every society. In our country, we have achieved a partial success, not full success. It is a partial success. In our country, we have achieved a partial success. Success is very partial, but we will have a long way to go. We have to go a long way. What should we do to achieve this goal? So, what we have to do to achieve this goal? So, here is a speech on the requisites of women empowerment. Read on. So 3 L's of empowerment. You see, my dear students, speech. Christine Lagarde, it is a long speech, but it is edited and given. It is a long speech, it is edited and given. Good afternoon. She is addressing the audience. Good afternoon. It is great to be among friends. Yeah. It is great to be among friends and kindred spirits. Means people who think alike. She is telling she is very proud to be in front of his or among her friends and people who think alike. The 21st century poses many challenges. Yeah, the 21st century is having many challenges that require new ways of thinking. okay, that require new ways of thinking. None more important than the economic role of women in a rapidly changing world. But women today remain blocked from contributing their true potential. This has a huge cost. In some countries, per capita income lags significantly because women are denied equal opportunity. That is all. Please, she is trying to say that the women actually are denied of so many opportunities, and the per capita income of women community is compared to men's income is very less. They represent who the women represent half the world's population. That is a very important one. Try to understand the population ratio of the women in the country. They represent half the world's, not a country itself, the whole world's population, but contribute to far less. But even if they represent half the world's population, their contribution, the contribution of women, far less than 50% of economic activity. Okay, so financial activities, when it is coming, their contribution is very less. Okay, what is needed to change this picture? So there is a disparity difference between the economic activity of women when compared to men is very low. So what is needed to change this picture is a concerted effort, a united effort to open the door. So we must give more opportunity, open the door to opportunity with what I call 3 L's of women's empowerment. 3 L's of women's empowerment. That is 3 L's. Learning, labor, learning, labor, leadership. Leadership. So remember, that is what here I am trying to say. 3 L's of women's empowerment. What are 3 L's? First L, learning. Second L, labor. Third L, leadership. Okay. First, then she is talking about learning. So she is talking about first about learning. What is learning? Education is the foundation. So if you want to give empowerment to women, education is the foundation upon which any change is built. Learning helps women to help themselves. That is a good thing. Education is the foundation upon which any change is built. Learning helps women to help themselves and break the shackles of exclusion, to break the problems of exclusion. Women should not be separated from the mainstream. Nowhere is this more essential. Nowhere is this more essential, that is all, than in the developing world. So developing India is a developing nation. So there is an African adage. Adage means a proverb that goes, if you educate a boy, you train a man. Educating a boy means you are training a man. If you educate a girl, you train a village. Wonderful adage. It is an African adage. African proverb or quotation. If you educate a boy, you train a man. By educating a boy, a man is trained. If you educate a girl, you train a village. It is a conditional clause sentence. If learning is just the first step, So learning. Yep, the first L is learning, and learning is the first step. If learning is just the first step of empowering women, labor is the second one. Learning first step, labor is the second. What is labor? Job opportunities for women, financial independence. Labor facilitates women to flourish and achieve their true potential. But at present, when women participate in the workforce, they also often tend to get stuck in low paying, low status and low security jobs. That is, these are the problems faced women in the workforce. Even if they are in the workforce, they too tend to get stuck in low paying. They are not given more payment, no low status. Their status of the women's work is considered not very high. Low security. There is no job security also. Globally, universally, women earn only 3/4 as much as men. That means very less compared to the earnings of men. Even with the same level of education, even if women are having the same level of education as that of men, they are earning a very less. And in the same occupation, even if women is doing in the same occupation as men doing, they are paid only very less. And in the same occupation, surely one of our most basic norms, rules should be, that is another very equal pay for equal work. Equal pay, equal salary, equal remuneration for equal work. Then why women are paying less, or why they are underpaid? That is important thing. Recent researches, you see, there are so many researches found globally, show that eliminating gender gaps, no gender gaps, both the men and the women are equal. Gender gaps should be eliminated, avoided in economic participation. So economic activities and participation, there should be gender gap eliminated, and everybody should be considered equal without gender discrimination. Okay, in economic participation can bring an increase in per capita income. Then only the economic activity will be equal and their contribution or per capita income will be increasing and more. So we can undoubtedly promote more opportunities for women in the workplace. Workplace, more opportunities, more chances give for women. It is all about changing laws. We must, then what are the things we must do, especially for labor and economic activities? Laws should be changed. For example, by ensuring that property and inheritance laws do not discriminate against women. That is a very important one. You see, we should not have any kind of discrimination, especially in the inheritance. For example, Indian situation, almost men are supposed to get the properties and everything. Okay, but that is not. So the inheritance, property, money, everything should be divided equally among men and women. It also means policies that encourage education and health care. So we must also have policies, certain laws and policies that encourage education. Of course, education and health care, medical care, health care. Moreover, we needed to provide greater access, more opportunities to loans, financial loans and credits. That is what in glossary credit means. So that women can achieve greater economic independence. So women can achieve greater economic. So please think about that one, inheritance law and credit facilities, and also policies should be in favor of getting more opportunities for women in workforce, labor opportunity. Women can economic independence. So, learning and labor are key factors, very important factors, learning and labor. The 3L, third L, we are coming to third L, leadership. The third L is leadership that enables women to rise. Leadership. And fulfill the innate abilities, inborn talents and abilities, skills. So, leadership opportunities are given to women. They have much inborn potentials, talents and skills that should be utilized for the women force abilities and skills and talents should be utilized for the development of the world. That is what Christine Lagarde is telling, that fulfill their innate abilities and talents. Here, there is plenty of room, opportunities for improvement. Okay. The irony is another word here. I am just IRONY. Irony. So irony means here something which is opposite. Okay, so something we are thinking better but happening something very opposite. Okay, that situation is called irony. The irony is that when women lead, if women are given opportunities to lead the world, they tend to do as good a job as others. So they will be doing a better job, equal job as others do. Women are having such abilities and talents and skills. If not a better job, of course, if not a better job, they are doing better things as equal as men do. They are more likely to make decisions. Okay, so they are more likely, women are more likely to do or to take more decisions. They are more likely to make decisions based on consensus. You see, these are the particularities or these are the specialities of a women's decision making. It is based on consensus, agreement building. So there should be a compromise and agreement. That is the first characteristic of women taking decisions. So women are given opportunities in the leadership level. They will be making decisions based on consensus building. And they will include all the community of the world. Globally, they will include everyone. And compassion is there. Women are given opportunity for leadership. Their decisions will be based on consensus building, and they will include all the people all over the world, and their decisions will be having compassion. Compassion means taking into consideration the human values, compassion, and with a focus on long-term sustainability. Their decisions will have a far-reaching effect and it will continue for a long time, which is better, good for the development of the world. It is true that women sometimes lack the confidence, but Christine Lagarde, you can tell me it is true that that means women sometimes lack the confidence to match their competency. Okay, sometimes they will lose confidence. Their competence, they will not be. Sometimes that is why our diffidence, our confidence level will be. She's telling that because most of the women wanted to be inside the home. They don't want to come out. They don't want to dare something challenging in the society. That is why. But they need to change that mindset. But women have to change that mindset. That we are not inferior. We should be courageous. We should be bold. And we should have a confidence that we have full of potentials and capabilities and skills. And they should change that mindset that they are different. They cannot do anything. And reset again, framing the narrative in their favor. So their lifestyle and activity realms should be reset, reframed, once again framed in their favor, in women community favor. So, it is essential, very important that women be ready to dare the difference. Very good. Another very important thing. So, women should be ready to dare the difference. That is, dare the difference means we have a Smita Patil. We have seen in the collage. Dare the difference. She dared the difference. That is why in the film society or the film realm she had become very famous. Then Helen Bowden, director of BBC News, she dared the difference and became very popular in the field of communication. And also Mary Kom in the field of sports, she dared the difference, came out and became a very good sportswoman. And also J.K. Rowling, she dared the difference and became the famous writer. And she is entertaining the world with her writings with the Harry Potter series. So that is why the women should come out of their comfort zones. Okay, and dare the difference, and then only they will become famous world over. They will be known by the whole world. To take risk, that means to become famous. To dare the difference means to take risk. Then only they can achieve something. They can contribute something to the world. To take risk and step outside their comfort zones. You try to know that most of the women or a feminine gender, they wanted to sit safe in their mind. Oh, I don't want to become a pilot. Oh, I don't want to become a film star. I don't want to become a politician. I don't want to become a sportswoman. Oh, it is not possible. I just study something and get married to somebody else and be a homemaker and take care of the children and take care of the husband. No. That is why she is asking us to take risk, dare the difference, and step outside their comfort zones, come out of their comfort zones. Nonetheless, even those with the drive to succeed continue to face barriers. People who are trying to succeed will face so many problems. Without facing so many problems, you cannot achieve or succeed in life. We have to work hard in our way towards life. We have to face so many problems. Okay, by the time, oh sorry, goodbye, I am not going, enough. No. We must face any problems are there with much confidence and courage. We must face the problems and achieve something. Be successful in life. Whether we are talking about providing primary education for girls in a village. You see, that is why free and compulsory education. It is a rule. Free and compulsory education, primary education for girls in a village. Or executive positions for women in business. About women communities, empowerment and emancipation, executive positions for women in business. It is time to create a world. So we must create a world where all women can meet their potential. So all women should get the opportunity to meet their potentials, utilize their potentials for the development of the world without impediment, without any problems, without any hindrances, without any blocks or prejudice. Prejudice means formerly or traditionally set attitude. Okay, opinion about that women are always inferior. A prejudice should be avoided, and the world will be benefited. The world will get the benefit of women community, especially their abilities, capabilities will get, the world will be developed. The benefits, they will reap the benefits of the skills and potentialities of women. The three L's will help us get there. Finally, Christine Lagarde says that the three L, learning, labor, and leadership, will help women to achieve success in the world. If we dare the difference, wonderful. If we dare the difference will deliver you. Okay. Thank you very much with that, Christine Lagarde. Yes, finishes her speech. Okay. So, my dear students, try to understand. The whole speech mainly talking about the present condition of women all over the world. Globally, what is the role of women? That is a very important position of women. Position of women. Position of women globally. Position of women globally is there. You see, the population of women is contributing 50% of the world population. Even if women contribute to 50% of world population, their per capita income or economic contribution, per capita income, you see here, that is a word you have come across, the per capita income. Per capita income. Income means money or monetary contribution. Monetary contribution. So I am telling the important points of the speech. You see here, per capita income or the economic contribution of women is far and far less than the contribution of men. So, population ratio of women according to world population is having 50%. Their economic contribution is very less when compared to the economic contribution of men. Why it happens? Why it happens? That is why she is telling. Women have a more inborn, innate capabilities and skills and potentials with them. Even if women contribute to the 50% of the world population, why their economic contribution is less when compared to the economic contribution given by men? That is why in the condition there is a disparity, there is a difference, there is an inequality, especially in the case of economic contribution. So that is why women's section should be highlighted or empowered, more opportunities should be given. Finally, she is telling that 3 L's she suggests. 3 L. That is why 3 L's. 3 L's. First L, second L, third L's. 3 L's she is telling. Okay, so the first one is, if we want to equalize the women force or women community, what we have to do is give them learning. Education is the foundation upon which many possibilities can be opened for women. Learning, education. Education is the very prime thing for women to liberate themselves and give a contribution, especially economic contribution and also skill contribution, just like Smita Patil, J.K. Rowling, Bolden and Mary Kom we have seen in the collage. Okay, so learning is one thing. Okay, then labor. They should be women, even if they are educated, they should be given more opportunities for a workforce. They should be given more job opportunities. Even if women are given job opportunities, they are paid low, their work is considered low status, and also so many insecurity they have to feel in the workforce. Okay, that is why we should give more opportunities for them especially the workforce or labor activities. Then finally, leadership. They should be given opportunities for leadership. Then only their decisions will be based on consensus building, inclusion, compassion, and it will be having more sustainability, will be giving goodness for the society. And she is telling an African adage: if you educate a boy, you train a man. If you educate a boy, you train a man. Man only is trained. But if a girl is educated, a society is trained. If you educate a boy, you train a man. If you educate a girl, you train a society. You form a society. Very good African adage quotation. From this we can understand the education of women is more important than education of men. Even if a boy is educated, you train a man. If a girl is educated, you train a society. A society is formed. And finally, of course, there are more opportunities, more possibilities and probabilities that if women are given education and labor opportunities and leadership opportunities, of course, they will be coming into forefront and will contribute better than men. That is what they are just trying to say it is. Okay. And finally, we are coming, she is telling women actually have a kind of diffidence in their mind. They will not dare the difference. So daring the difference is another one. Dare the difference. Dare the difference. Dare the difference. You see, Christine Lagarde is telling, please, almost all the women in the world should come out of their comfort zones. So they should come out of their comfort zones and they should be ready to risk. Risk factors are there. You see, success or achievement is very important. Then only they can contribute much to the world. But they have a competency will be lost sometimes. Competency will be lost sometime in their life journey. That is why nearly 90-95% of the women not coming to be known popular throughout the world. Okay, because they wanted to be in their comfort zones. They are not ready to take a risk and they are not ready to face the challenges in the life. They don't want to be exposed to the world. That is what here we are trying to know about. Okay. So my dear students, read the speech 5 times. Read the speech 5 times. Okay. And Christine Lagarde ends the speech. If you dare the difference, if you dare the difference will deliver you. If you dare the difference will deliver you. Means, please try to understand. If you are taking something different, then finally that difference, risk taking will liberate you and you will be world famous. You will contribute more to the world. With that, I try to finish the first Flights of Freedom unit's first segment speech. Read 5 times the speech and the notes I will be sending very immediately. And by the time, don't forget to study the first year things and try to be competent. You also try to take the risk. You also come out of your comfort zones. Take life very challenging and dare the difference. Finally, the difference will deliver you. Thank you. Thank you very much.